Hello, how you doing? If you didn't know, you can pre-assign breakout rooms in Zoom, and the great idea for this would be you could already have your reading groups ready, or maybe you have group projects pre-assigned or groups that students have already been using. So instead of having to use class time to put all those students in each group, or instead of just pushing that random button and hoping all goes well, you could have things pre-assigned. So a couple little caveats here. To pre-assign, you will have to be using a Windows or an Apple computer with at least Zoom 5.3, which has been out. So as long as you've been doing updates for a while, then you'll be good there. And the students will have to be signed in with their school accounts. If they're not signed in, then Zoom won't recognize them and it won't be able to put them in those rooms. You'd obviously be able to still assign them during the meeting, but you wouldn't be able to pre-assign them and they wouldn't work in there. So first you're going to go to Zoom, you're going to go to your settings, then you're just going to go all the way down. I'll just do the Control F here and just look for good old breakout rooms. You need to make sure your breakout rooms are of course turned on in Zoom. And this checkbox, allow hosts to assign participants to breakout rooms when scheduling. So that way you'll be able to schedule those. Now we'll just go all the way back up. Now we're going to go to our meetings and make a new meeting. So we'll go to our meetings, schedule a meeting over here on the right. I'm sure you know all the settings with everything here. So we'll just scroll down and you'll see a box to check breakout room pre-assign. Now, you're going to want to import from a CSV file. That way everyone could be saved. It does sound a little complicated, but don't worry, it's not too bad. So we'll click on that one and you could download the template here. It'll just download straight to your computer. So what I'll suggest is just drop that in your Google Drive. So I'll just bring it in my Google Drive. The reason I'm doing that is I don't know if you have something like Excel or another program installed to edit that CSV file. So this will be easy enough. So we'll see breakout room template is here. Now you're going to see when I open it, it's not going to open because that's not a normal file that you can use in your Google Drive. So we're going to open it with Google Sheets here. So it's going to convert it to a Google Sheets file, which doesn't sound good, but don't worry, we'll convert it back. So here are the things you need. You see it'll say the pre-assigned room name. So you could even call your rooms whatever you want ahead of time. So maybe this is, the cool room. So you could have, whatever names you want right there. And, maybe like this is the best room or something like that. Blue, green, whatever you want for your rooms, you know how to do those. Now, these would be their student email addresses. So you'd have to know what your student email addresses are. So for our school district, they'd obviously have their number, whatever that number is, at students.cnusd.k12.ca.us. So whatever that is, what I would suggest is just copying this part. You could just, paste that in all those rows, and then you could just add in the first part when you know who they are. So you'd be able to put those students in whatever rooms you want. Again, create as many rooms as you want, put whatever students you want in whatever rooms, call them what you like. Then you're gonna have to save that CSV file. So we'll go to File, then Download. Then you see CSV right here, which is comma separated values. That's gonna download on your computer right there. And then we're just going to go back to our Zoom meeting where we can put that file in here. So we'll just see, I'll drag that file on in here. And if you notice, it automatically made my cool room, my best room. So it already made those rooms in there. You already see it put that student in that room. And then we would just, of course, go ahead and push save and then save down here as well. So it saves our meeting and our meeting is ready to go to start our meeting. So everything should be good. Now we'll switch over to that Zoom meeting. So we'll have everything. We already have my little pretend student over here. Now we see breakout room is here because we enabled it. When I push breakout rooms, there was my pretend student I had in there. Look, he's already assigned to room 2. Cool room is up here. Best room is down here. Obviously, since he's the only student that was in there, then that's the only one that got put in. So you could assign like all 30 of your students, and if only 2 students show up to your Zoom meeting, Well, obviously only those two will be in the rooms because they're the only ones in the meeting. So no worry if the other students don't show up. Then you just open your rooms like you normally do, and they've been put in those rooms and everything's good. So I'm sure you'll have to rewind back the video, go back through those steps, but it's not too hard. The hardest part would just be putting in all those email addresses. But once you do it once, you'll never have to do it again unless you want to change those groups. And then you could just simply copy and paste or drag around those email addresses to whatever groups you want. See you later. Have a good night.